we have to talk about the dominant seasons that A'ja Wilson has had, right? First player ever to score 1,000 points in a WNBA season. Angel Reese set a record for the most consecutive double-doubles in her rookie year. Caitlin Clark set a single-season assist record for the WNBA in her rookie year. But when it comes to the most impressive accomplishment out of those three alone, because there's so many others, but those are the big three. Terrika, which one is the most impressive to you? Because I'm going to give my opinion in, but I want you and Sharí to kick things off.
Well, you know what? Y'all are going to be upset with me in my answer.
Why?
Right? Because I honestly don't think that one is more impressive than the other. And that's my genuine feeling on it. I genuinely think that each of these three accomplishments are monumental in their own right for different reasons. Number one, A'ja Wilson is A'ja Wilson. Like, what? Like,
yeah.
She is absolutely, when we talk about GOATs, because I am one who thinks that you can have more than one GOAT.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
When we talk about GOAT, Asia's there. She has absolutely nothing else to prove to anyone.
Yeah.
College championships, done that. WNBA championships, done that. Olympic gold medals, done that. MVP, done that. Finals MVP, done that. Like literally on shoe, got it. Online, got it. Author, got it. You've got, sis, play on your name. Like what? There's literally nothing else that she needs to prove to anyone. These type of accomplishments are just adding to an already existing stacked resume. A'ja is one of the GOATs, and that's just bottom line, right? So I think that being able to accomplish 1,000, given what this Las Vegas team had to endure this year, starting the season without your important point guard, other players not really being able to show their offensive selves that we're used to seeing. Everyone had expectations with this team coming in because of what they did last year. They didn't necessarily live up to those expectations. So then it becomes, who are these aces? What are these aces? I'm a victim. I was like, I don't know who this aces team is.
Yeah,
they look
same here.
Right?
Same here.
So for her to be able to keep her teammates focused and throughout all of that, put her teammates first, like forget the 1,000. I'm going to use my speech celebrating this accomplishment to put my teammates first and talk about what my teammates mean to me. Mm-hmm. There's just nothing you can say negative to me about A'ja Wilson. So accomplishment, ridiculous. But I look at Caitlin and Angel and I say, regardless of what people think about y'all, regardless of all of the other stuff, because that is a lot of distraction. That is a mental toughness that you have to be able to go through years. Because, it's been months in the W, but the Caitlin Angel stuff has now been going on for a year and some change.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So for a year and some change, y'all have both, for wherever side of the fence you stand on, have had to deal with this, have had to deal with the things that are said about you, and you still come into this league and as a rookie, make people respect your game. Because that's what it boils down to. How do we respect your game? Angel made people respect her game despite the fact that they said it wouldn't translate to the WNBA. Caitlin made people respect her game despite the fact that many of us said it's going to take you a while to get there, but you will get there. But you respect that game. You broke in these records and you did so in your debut season. I can't put that one over the other. To me, each of them deserves their own respect. So that's honestly where I come from with it.
I agree to a point. I think they do. Obviously, first of all of what they've accomplished individually, respectively, is of note and celebration, and it's a very big deal.
Yeah.
I have to say, as a former player, it took me 3 years and some change to hit 1,000 points in high school. And I was the top scorer 3 out of those 4 years. It is not an easy feat to score 1,000 points in 4 years, let alone one season. It is very difficult. It speaks to the mental toughness that A'ja has. It speaks to her teammates, as you mentioned, Terrika, looking for her, but it also speaks to how incredible she is as a scorer.
Yep.
Y'all know how consistent you have to be as a scorer to hit 1,000 points and the season's not even over.
Hello.
She ain't got to score another point
that's what I'm saying. So by the time the season is over, she's probably going to be around 1,250. Really sit with that. From an individual standpoint, that is the best we've seen in the league ever, from an individual scoring standpoint. It's not to negate GOATs like Maya Moore and Cynthia Cooper, but I want us to understand this is not an easy thing. And her field goal percentage has been impeccable this whole season. The level of focus it takes to be that accurate, that's the number one for me. I have to put that above the rest. Let's move to Caitlin. One thing I'm most impressed with, and I said this early on, I said, guys, her facilitator-like qualities and gifting is what's going to get her over the hump. It's not going to be her scoring. I said that from day one.
Yep.
People called me a hater and all these things, and here we are now with an assist record. I just want to say I was right, and we were all right because we all said the same thing on this show.
We did.
But I applaud her for making the pivot. It's probably very difficult from an ego standpoint, not to say she's a narcissist or anything like that. But when you've been the scorer and you're the person that's knocking down all the baskets, to say to yourself, you know what? I need to lean into the other side of my gifting, which will open up my offense, but it'll also make this a better team. So Caitlin's accomplishment not only speaks to her ability to make adjustments, but it speaks to how great her team is and how far they have come. This is a different team than we saw in the beginning of the season. And to watch Kelsey Mitchell, who I still say is the most talented guard on that team, really emerge in this way. Because on the other side of the pass, you got to score. So it speaks to how, Christy Sides has made the adjustments as a coach. It speaks to how Caitlin has pivoted successfully, but it also speaks to how this team has gotten better and they started to really trust each other. You don't get that many assists without trust. So that's the differentiation for me, but also an incredible accomplishment. Angel, it's all about tenacity. It's all about heart. It's all about, I got that dog in me and I don't care. To your point earlier, Terrika, so much controversy. Oh, offensively, she doesn't really have it together. I have even made comments on this show. Hey, I need her offensive arsenal to really improve. Mm-hmm. And watching her then take those steps before her injury. Now we're seeing her pull up from the outside and actually knocking shots down. But for somebody to go down there and get that many offensive rebounds, I'm not even going to sit on the defensive ones. To get that many offensive rebounds, your mindset is different than most human beings, period. Yep. I don't want to hear, oh, she's getting her own rebound. What? So what if she is? So what? She's getting her own rebound.
Stop her. If it was so easy, everybody would do it.
Stop her. What are we doing? Not only is she getting these rebounds consistently, which speaks to, again, her mental toughness and her ferociousness, she's also making sure that she's going to lock in the double-double. These double-doubles are ridiculous, even if it's 10, 12 points. So I'm impressed with that as well, because amidst all the controversy, being with a new coach, coming in as a rookie, making this adjustment, it just speaks to how tough Angel is. And I think a lot of people coming out of LSU her last year, especially when they weren't champs and losing to Caitlin, I think people questioned how good she really was and how strong she really was, especially because she left the college game in tears.
Yep.
That is no longer in question. This is one of the hardest working, mentally tough players this game has seen in a very long time.
Yep.
So those are my differentiations. They're all incredible accomplishments. And I don't know when we'll ever see something like this ever again. So I hope all of us as basketball fans first celebrate this. Because I don't care if it's WNBA or NBA. This is a rare thing. We are in a rare time. Yep. Mercury is in retrograde, honey. Because I have never seen anything like this.
Hey, yo.
But Asia Wilson getting to 1,000 points and the season is not over yet, I'm sorry. That takes the cake for me.
I love how you put all of that together, Sharí. And for me, I'm on the same boat in terms of all of these accomplishments are incredible. However, when you look at what Asia Wilson has done this season, 1,000 points, the season isn't over yet, right? Only 57 out of those 1,000 points came from three balls. She had 19 threes. In an era where people are all about the three ball,
yep,
she got to 1,000 points where the majority of her points were 2-point range.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Her player efficiency rating is the best in WNBA history. She already set the single season scoring points per game record, overtaking Diana Taurasi. Like, even if she doesn't score any points in these next two games, she'll still have it.
Yeah.
And it's the fact that she's not just doing it on the offensive end. It's also on the defensive end. She very well could win Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
So when you take all of that into account, all the pressure, the expectations, the disrespect that's been levied her way, right? All the animosity that people have thrown to her, she does it night in and night out. Yep. I think I can count on one hand of how many times she's had off nights. And those off nights are career nights for other people.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
I remember, I can tell you, Chris, just because this is a fresh stat in my head from having to cover them 2 weeks ago, only 3 times this season has she been held under 20 points. That's it.
It's crazy.
3 times.
3.
It's crazy.
It's absurd. So I just want people, Nakia said, people are talking about, all-time greatness, but he referred to it as unparalleled basketball. Well, I'm going to add to that. It's uncharted, unmatched, unheard of, right? Just unbelievable type of consistency and greatness that we are seeing from A'ja Wilson. And look, she told people, like, I still got more in the bag. So for me, it has to be A'ja Wilson as the most impressive because she's not doing it from the three-point land. Most of her shots are from inside the three-point line. And she's just a dog because it don't matter. You double team her, triple team her, she's going to get the assist or she's going to go through it. You single coverage. Oh, baby, look, Terrika, Brianna Jones, great defender. You saw her asking for help right there on that bucket. You saw Katie Lou Samuelson asking for help with the Fever when the Aces were playing them. She is a nightmare, and there's nobody that can stop her. So she's the most impressive, right, when it comes to the consummate. Caitlin Clark. It's one thing to be Rookie of the Year. It's another thing to be in contention for first-team All-WNBA in your rookie season.
Yeah.
And she set the single-season rookie record for points, right, passing Simone Augustus. Yep. You know about the assist record. And Sharí, you talked about how she pivoted, right, in terms of not being a high-volume scorer into being a high-volume assist maker. But what I've really enjoyed, in addition to the facilitation and how she's gotten so much better in terms of the chemistry with Kelsey Mitchell and the other guards, Aaliyah Boston, is it's her ability to attack the lane better and show off some of that physicality and use her height to her advantage. Yeah. Because in the first half of the season, first month, it was a struggle for her, right, to get into the lane and get past these offenders. Now, she has shown a knack for being able to drive through contact, but also adjust. And that is beautiful to me. So, Caitlin, she has exceeded my expectations because I figured she was going to have a great season, early adjustment. But I did not expect her to be first team or second team all WNBA, whatever she gets, right? Yep. Then there's Angel Reese. Angel Reese has shut up so many people with her tenacity, her grit, her toughness, her IQ. You can see, I know she's out for the season, but when she's on the bench,
she's coaching over there.
She's coaching. She's over there with Teaspoon. Yo, we do X, Y, Z. Why are we not doing this? Yeah. Again, it's her basketball intellect, but also her aggressiveness and assertiveness into, look, I'm not going to be stopped by anybody. I may not make all my shots, but I'll be damned if I let you grab this rebound. Yes. Because that is what's in my heart. That's something that I take a lot of pride in. And when that offensive game clicks, baby, watch out.
Watch out.
She will be a phenomenal player. Right now, this is the worst she's going to be. Listen.
That is such a great thing. That is such a great thing to say. I'm putting that on the shirt. This is the worst I'm going to be. You'd be like, what? Girl, this is the worst.
You turning up for real?
Well, I can't get no worse than this.
Come on now.
That is so real. This is as a rookie, all of them, Caitlin, Angel, Rakia, who just scored her 500th point. As a rookie, only 2 other players have been able to do that. I mean, it's just, girl, y'all are out here doing it class of 2024.